Hello, folks. This is Psychic Underlord. I want to put another video out to kind of discuss some things. Uh, it's funny that, the Doge is coming to assess government efficiency, and I'm also driving a Dodge. That's a little ironic to me. But the concern about the drones in the air, I want to let you know here in Baltimore, Maryland, in the United States, I spotted the drones this morning, several of them in flight, and they were definitely going up and down. They were doing some type of aerial maneuver in the sky above residential neighborhoods in a way that looks simple enough. But does that mean ascending and descending is a part of their manufacture? What I want to bring forward to you is the possibility of this, and this is not to alarm anyone. If you think that these drones have nothing to do with Luigi Mangione being in jail, then you have got to get your head examined. The highest pedigree of corporate CEO was assassinated with pretty much a bubblegum gun in less than 10 minutes, standing on a New York City street. Just some random person standing around just comes and just shoots this person. He's going into, he's the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company, and he walks right in with no detail. And it's ironic that the conference he's attending is only for the stockholders of this multi-billion-dollar and trillion-dollar company. When you wash through all the vending, all of the different deals, all the different providers, all the different suppliers and pipelines that are in that freaking conference, and you're telling me somebody with a pop gun from a 3D printer with a one shot with a monogrammed bullet, which sounds over the top to me, can just get a clear shot to the mastermind behind a multi-billion-dollar surplus within 1 year, quadrupling profits by denying claims to the tune of 4x. So I deny 4x, I quadruple our profit. It's trash in, trash out. There's no consideration of what I'm actually denying. What I'm actually doing is I'm producing my bonus. I'm producing what is called something that the shareholders can applaud. So we all get paid, while the human beings that are paying us, essentially paying us every month to participate in this healthcare scheme, they just better not be too sick, or else we'll just have to recognize that there'll be a casualty of the system. Nothing personal. But you're really telling me that within 10 minutes you could hang around in New York? Yeah, all these people, the migrants, everywhere you look, people standing around with hands in their pockets and hoods on their heads. Everywhere you go, they wanted this to be, so that it doesn't look strange for somebody just to be standing around. As a matter of fact, they call that a freedom to stand. We have descended into the most chaotic and disruptive and disrespectful era of our very existence. And we can't see that we don't have an excuse. There's no real excuse for this, except for the fact that they allowed this country to be overrun with foreign illegals. You don't even know where these people are. They don't even properly register these individuals. They say, hey, go and explore and then we'll call you when we're ready. So he stood there. It wasn't necessarily unusual to see a hooded person with a mask on their face in the dark early morning hours just standing around. The CEO didn't even have a security detail accompanying him to the first day of the investors conference. I mean, I believe that would be uh, for such a high profile. I mean, is it really that easy for you just to become a CEO of the major healthcare company in the world to the point where you don't need any type of protection? Well, I mean, look at Elon Musk. He's a leading company leader, a CEO. Look at all of these people. I mean, this sense of a lack of uh, accountability on every side is amazing to me. It's amazing to me. So, on one side, they're talking about the drones are over top of their heads, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Well, you don't like it, but this is disclosure. These drones are extraterrestrial drones. If you go back, I have 500 videos on my page. I have so many videos. A lot of them, let's be honest, are shorts. But if you go back to the beginning of the shorts, the oldest ones, you'll see I started off showing you UFOs in the sky over top of me. Multiple videos. Videos of UFOs over top of highways, UFOs that while you're driving, it's just these big UFOs sitting in the middle of the sky, not moving, lit up like a Christmas tree. Not any kind of airplane lights or blinking lights or something like that. This is a golden UFOs, golden UAPs sitting above 695. And I took one of the songs, the viral songs at the time, the Ski Yee. I said, Ski Yee Yikes, because this is freaking scary. And then the UFO that was literally above me when I was basically had my hand in the pool. I put my hand in the pool, and in the reflection of the pool, a freaking UFO came out of cloaking mode, revealed itself, and this was a whole different class of UFO. Uh, I don't know if I did a video on the different types of UFOs, but you can tell by their light what species are conducting uh, some type of operation with that particular craft. And it is the lights that reveal who they are, where they're from. And that particular UFO was a completely different species. I'll call them the tiger sharks based upon the markings, the literal light markings underneath of the freaking UFO that shone down with the golden light, but there was a decorative motif in the look of the lighting on both sides. And it loomed just above me, slowly moving across. So I had to ask in the spirit, what is happening? Did I do something? Were those, did I do something wrong? Was something that I had to do in relation to that because of my government designation, which is top secret 63? Do I have to do something because of what I'm carrying, because of what I do? And it was revealed to me that was a protective, uh, a source of protection that was placed there because when I transited from the, I guess what you could say, between worlds, I was submerged in water, but I was also outside of the water. So maybe there was some kind of indication that I may have been in trouble or drowning, possibly. Someone's trying to drown me or something like that. Maybe I was under attack. And this is another reason I have not gone too deep in. I think anybody that's worked with me, you would understand. I try to, you know, be just as accessible as need be. But as far as this scenario, I mean, a summer night UFO, biggest day, huge, not way out there. I'm talking about close down, just above the trees, moving slowly, and I learned that it was big. It was a protective detail placed upon me because someone may have attempted to drown me, uh, which would have been horrific. But I'm so glad that those UFOs are there to protect us. So the drones, they are controlled by extraterrestrial uh, resources who are managing them, who are using the fleets of these drones to be able to monitor and see what's happening. Uh, we don't know necessarily who's good guy, who's bad guy. We have to kind of have an instinct for that. But in times like this, we can't take any chances of sitting back and just saying that someone is this or that without asking of the Spirit. We have to be spiritual in these times. This is all a part of our progress toward the mark, toward receiving the mark. People have been running from this. People have been telling you, oh, don't receive anything the world tells you don't do. You should be very suspicious of it. And I believe that many of you understand what I'm saying. The time has come. I put out videos just days, literally days before the assassination of United Healthcare CEO. What did my video say? Terrorism in the medical field. There's time to pay attention. There's time to listen, and these are the times. We can't just sit back and receive our studies, memorize information, make progress on the exams that we're taking, but we ignore all the stuff that's in front of our face that is moving quickly. This AI is moving very quickly. And if you think that AI is not running these companies, and see all these people who've been working at home, they're trying to figure out what is my actual job because it keeps changing every day. And if they don't get a handle on it, um, how are they going to be able to justify real estate's going to crash? All of these different things. All these people have lived in this excessive, superfluous, opulent, uh, very excessive spending, vacationing, arrogance. And then we floated through COVID because a lot of people felt like they were getting extra money. Now we see the PPPs were crazy. Then you have all these companies that gave out all this money, the bonuses. And what happened right after the bonuses that you were receiving from your companies? The hacks. So then they were hacking into the. Do you realize that the government was hacked several times? Major companies were hacked even more, and they were giving ransoms, millions and billions of dollars to these thieves. These companies, they're sitting back trying to get their scheme together for April 15th. But I'm talking about they're still not protected. If this thing hits them again, it's just like almost like the hackers don't get enough. They don't get enough millions and billions. I don't know how in the world they can get away with it. And then the money is electrically liquid. How is it that something electrical can be liquid? They've designed something to hack into it whenever they feel like it. And this is what we're trusting. This is what we're telling everyone to do. Oh, become one of these engineers, computer scientists, and oh, trust them. Who are you trusting with your back office on your website. How in the hell are you going to be able to do all this shit they're selling to you? Scale up, build, and create and expand? Who the fuck is going to help you with all this shit? If you can't trust anybody, if you can't control spiritually what is possible to happen to you, if there are no parameters, no guidance, no protection over your electrical business, it's nothing but liquid assets that can be milked for money. And if this is what the future is, just trying to not get hacked, uh, we really need to take a look at some things. Luigi Mangione could not have sat there. My old friend, Luigi Mangione, he could not have stood on that street corner if he wasn't who he was. But it looks so normal. It looks so normal for things to be dysfunctional now, for things to be full of drug addicts and criminals and vandals and out of control mentally ill people. And this is the backdrop of a weird future that they've sold us on. They sold us on this about 10 years ago. This dystopian perspective and normalizing it instead of scaling us into something that is going to prosper us. They've scaled us into our own self destruction. Now is the time to be able to receive the nutrition of what they have cooked up. And this is all a part of it. There's no way in hell he could have shot him if somebody on the other side didn't tell him exactly what was going to happen and what time it was going to go down. You can't time a trip from a freaking state of Atlanta or the state of Georgia, then you taking buses, trains, scooters, all this kind of crap, living. That is not only determination, that is decisive action that has been taken by someone who is at United Healthcare who has arranged to have the CEO assassinated. So this is much larger than you could possibly imagine. These drones, the extraterrestrials, they are also here standing guard with me as a government official, and we intend to be able to monitor and to ensure that things don't go so far left that things go off plan. We have to really examine why in the world is he being blamed for such an act when there is a huge, gigantic hacking regime sitting inside of United Healthcare, waiting, waiting to hack and to blue screen the hell out of all these different hospitals and insurance companies. All these tech people, you need to sweep in and understand that it's time for them to go down.